Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in Rome, woke up every morning and told himself he'd meet difficult people. Why? Because this single Stoic practice made him untouchable. And by the end of this video, you'll have 10 ancient habits that'll make you stand out in any room you walk into. What if I told you that the secret to commanding respect wasn't about being louder, richer, or more aggressive, but about being calmer, wiser, and more controlled? The ancient Stoics, philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, weren't just thinking about life. They were ruling empires, surviving slavery, and influencing millions. And they did it using principles that are even more relevant today. So let's dive into 10 Stoic habits that will genuinely elevate how people see you, respect you, and remember you. Don't forget to subscribe, because we're going deep, and you'll want these reminders in your feed. The habit number 1. Control your reactions, not your circumstances. The story. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic. Most people, they explode. They honk, yell, ruin their whole morning over a stranger's mistake. But here's what a Stoic does. They pause. They recognize that the other driver's action is outside their control. Their reaction, completely within it. The principle. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Why it elevates your status. When people see you stay calm under pressure, they instinctively trust you more. Emotional control is the hallmark of leadership. Think about it. Who gets promoted? The person who panics, or the one who stays level-headed during a crisis? Action step. Next time something frustrates you, take 3 deep breaths before responding. This one habit will change how people perceive your maturity. Buzz number 2, speak less, listen more. The story. Seneca observed that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. Yet most people are waiting to talk, not listening to understand. The principle. The Stoics valued wisdom over wit. They knew that the most powerful person in the room often says the least. Why it elevates your status. When you listen deeply, people feel valued. And when people feel valued by you, they elevate your value in return. You become the person everyone wants advice from because you actually understand them. Action step. In your next conversation, ask 3 questions before making a statement about yourself. Watch how differently people respond to you. The story. Every night, Marcus Aurelius would imagine losing everything. His empire, his family, his health. Morbid? No. It's called negative visualization, and it's one of the most powerful Stoic practices. The principle. By mentally preparing for loss, you appreciate what you have, and you're never caught off guard when challenges arise. Why it elevates your status? People who practice this aren't shaken by setbacks. They're the ones who stay composed during layoffs, breakups, or failures. That unshakable quality? It's magnetic. Action step. Spend 2 minutes tonight imagining what you'd do if you lost something important. Then wake up grateful it's still there and prepared if it's not. Embrace discomfort regularly. The story. The Stoics would intentionally sleep on hard floors, fast, and take cold baths, not because they were masochists, but because they were training. The principle. Comfort makes you weak. Discomfort makes you resilient. Why it elevates your status. When you voluntarily choose hard things, cold showers, difficult workouts, tough conversations, you build a reputation as someone who doesn't back down. People notice. They respect it. Action step. Start your day with something uncomfortable this week. A cold shower, a difficult email, a morning run. Do it first and watch your confidence soar. Quick check-in. Which habit so far resonates most with you? Drop it in the comments. And if you're getting value, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find this content. 1. Habit number 5. Focus on your circle of control. The story. Epictetus was born a slave. He couldn't control his mind, his responses, his character. And eventually, he became one of the most respected philosophers in history. The principle. Stop wasting energy on what you can't control. Redirect it to what you can. Your effort, your attitude, your integrity. Why it elevates your status. Complainers are everywhere, but people who focus on solutions, they're rare. And rare is valuable. Action step. Make 2 columns. In my control and not in my control. Spend your energy only on the first column. Habit number 6. Practice voluntary discomfort in social settings. The story. The Stoics didn't avoid difficult people or awkward situations. They walked directly into them, viewing them as training grounds for character. The principle. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his journal, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant." He didn't avoid them. He prepared for them. Why it elevates your status. When you're comfortable being uncomfortable, you never need to shrink yourself. You can handle criticism, confrontation, and complexity with grace. Action step. This week, initiate one difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Notice how your confidence grows afterward. The story. When Marcus Aurelius faced the Antonine Plague, Germanic invasions, and betrayal from his own generals, he wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The principle. Every obstacle contains the seed of an equal or greater benefit, if you look for it. Why it elevates your status? While others complain about problems, you're solving them. That makes you invaluable in any social or professional circle. Action step. Next time you face a setback, ask, "What can this teach me? How can I use this?" Then act on that answer. Habit number 8. Cultivate self-sufficiency. The story, Seneca, one of the wealthiest men in Rome, would periodically live like a poor man, eating simple food, to remind himself that he didn't need luxury to be happy. The principle. When your happiness doesn't depend on external things, you become free. And free people radiate power. Why it elevates your status. Neediness repels. Self-sufficiency attracts. When people sense you don't need their approval, they're drawn to give it freely. Action step. Spend one day this week without any luxury you normally depend on. Notice how capable you actually are. Habit number 9. Memento mori. Remember you will die. The story. Roman generals returning from victory parades would have a servant whisper in their ear, "Memento mori. Remember you will die." This wasn't depressing, it was clarifying. The principle. When you remember life is finite, you stop wasting it on things that don't matter. Why it elevates your status. People who live with urgency accomplish more, complain less, and inspire others. They don't have time for pettiness. Action step. Every morning, remind yourself, "I have limited time." Then ask what truly matters today. Habit number 10. Be useful to others. The story. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What is good for the hive is good for the bee." Despite being emperor, he saw his role as service to others. The principle. True status doesn't come from taking. It comes from giving value. Why it elevates your status. When you genuinely help others without expecting anything back, you build a reputation that precedes you. People remember those who made their lives better. Action step. Do one thing this week to help someone with zero expectation of return. Watch how it changes both of you. So here's the truth the Stoics understood 2,000 years ago. Real status isn't about impressing people. It's about becoming impressive. It's not about loud displays of wealth or power. It's about quiet demonstrations of character. When you control your reactions, embrace discomfort, focus on what matters, and serve others, you don't need to demand respect. You command it naturally. The question is, will you practice these habits or just admire them? If this video gave you even one insight worth applying, subscribe right now. We dive deep into philosophy that actually works in real life every single week. Drop a comment telling me which habit you're committing to first. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Let's build a community of people who actually do the work. Thanks for watching. Now go elevate yourself.